Hi, and this is Mike Garner from MrMikeGarner.com coming to you with another chapter from this wonderful book by Emmett Fox called Finding and Using Your Inner Power, an ancient book written back in 1937, and it's been life-changing for me, and I've said this before. This particular chapter which I'm reading and I'll give commentary on, it's a short chapter and it's called Sentiment Slays. Just remember that the jargon, the vocabulary, is vocabulary of 1937. So he says some things that actually we wouldn't say these days because it's the vernacular of that period. It's very hot here tonight. I'm in Thailand. It's about 38 degrees and the lights in the room attract flies, so that's what you can see. Sentiment Slays by Emmett Fox. Sentiment is usually a shortcut to unhappiness and failure. It's more deadly than poisonous gas, more cruel than the Inquisition, more subtle than self-love. I'll just tell you that poisonous gas, we know in biochemical warfare, is very specific these days, but poisonous gas, this would be First World War stuff. More cruel than the Inquisition. The Inquisition was when, during the Dark Ages, religion, Catholicism, went on a witch hunt. And it says more subtle than self-love. So that's sort of like a bit of a dig at ego. And he continues to say, sentiment really means pretending. It means making believe that an emotion that is really dead is still alive. It means pretending that something is fine or joyous or worthwhile when in fact it is none of these things. Thus, it means it's a waste of time, a waste of the soul substance which is lavished upon a lie. I love those words. Soul substance. I would convert that to be vital energy, life force energy, lavished upon a lie. In other words, just pouring your soul, your energy, your life into something that's a waste of time, rekindling something from the past sentimentally. People used to say it's not the same as the good old days, and they remember some holidays in the past with some romantic rose-tinted glasses, and quite often that's a bit of an illusion. And then it goes on to say, worst of all, sentiment shuts us off from the realization of good in the present moment. And that's true, because if you're always living in the past, or you're making comparisons or judgments, you don't enjoy the now. Sentiment usually pretends that some happiness is lost beyond recall, or else it persuades us to worship an unreal abstraction of some kind on the ground that actual conditions are not worth caring about. So if you think the past was always good, the summers were hotter, the holidays were more fun, people were more friendly, it was a safer environment. You know, you hear people saying, oh, you know, I can remember you never used to have to lock your door, I never used to lock the car. You know, you could lose something and your next door neighbour would find it and bring it to you. Those things don't happen now, it's not safe. It's possibly not true. I was brought up in the 60s, it was a bit like the Wild West. You had the mods and the rockers in the UK. The garage, the factory that I worked in was quite aggressive. It wasn't PC, and men were men, women were women, and if you weren't a tough sort of redneck man in the world I lived in, you were left behind. You were called a bit of a pansy. So it was difficult really, and there was lots of strikes, the national health system wasn't as good as it is now, the welfare system wasn't as good as it is now, the technology was poor, there was little choice on television, but we tend to paint it with rose-tinted glasses. We look back and we think it was wonderful, and really it wasn't, and it spoils our enjoyment of the now, and we're always in judgment. And there's no, you know, we're not really being honest. There's no reality in that sentiment. So he goes on to say, live in the present and let the dead past bury its dead. No good thing has ever existed to be out of reach when you understand the spiritual nature of being. See to it that today and tomorrow are filled with beauty and joy. And this you can do through treatment. Treatment means treating yourself, enjoying yourself, allowing yourself to enjoy things. The past is the past. You learn from the past, but have no regrets. Whatever you created in the past has brought you to where you are now. And if you enjoy and understand the spirit of nature, in other words, in my opinion, quantum reality, the law of attraction, the fact that you are a magnet and that what you focus on you bring into your reality. Nothing is out of your reach. You are God. You are the God, the grand organizing designer, and you can design the life that you want. And if you don't, you're missing a trick. If you don't, you need to talk to me, because it's my field of expertise. It says, see to it today and tomorrow that your life is filled with beauty and joy. Absolutely. You should have the things, I've got the things around me, all the things that are in my office here are things I've chosen. They have meaning for me. I have crystals, beautiful crystals, all sorts of beautiful things that I've got in my office, and these are just to reach. I haven't planned to do this. That's a real grade A Peruvian crystal quartz ball. I've got all sorts of wonderful things in my house that are fragrant, that are beautiful to touch, to see, to feel, to experience, to smell, and lovely foods to taste. And that's what you should do. Your house should be a place of pleasure. It should be the jewel in the crown of where you choose to be. It says, remember that people never sentimentalize over present good. They enjoy it and therefore glorify God. Remember that people never sentimentalize over present good. In other words, present good, you can't sentimentalize over it. You can't twist it and distort it and wear rose-tinted glasses about what you're doing now, because it is the reality that's in front of you. And the reality that's in front of you, this present moment, is all you've got, and they call it the present because it's a gift. You're lucky to be alive, so appreciate it with all your 5 physical senses. Like I say, you know, what you see, what you hear, what you feel, what you touch, what you taste, what you experience should be of your choosing, and if it isn't, get control. It says, when they sentimentalize, it's always for something supposedly out of reach. Well, that's not true. You can have, be and do anything that you choose. All you have to do is be determined and disciplined to create your desires. And a lot of people don't really know what they want to have, be and do. It says, no good experience is out of your reach because God himself is with you. God is within you. You are God. You are the grand organizing designer of your life. And if you're not designing your life, if you're not script writing it, producing it and directing it, if you're not a star in your own life and you're always thinking about the past, you'll never move forward and you'll never create it. You can't drive forward, go forward, looking in the rearview mirror. You've got to look forward, and you look forward to things that you enjoy, that are goals, that are things that you want to create for yourself. So that's a wonderful chapter with lots of learning and lots of wisdom. And if you are living in the past, and if you're not enjoying the now, and if you're not looking forward to the future, then we really do need to have a conversation. You can talk to me on any of the contact numbers where you're viewing this presentation, and we'll get you on a process. But this book is really cool. There's more wisdom to come from Emmett Fox, and keep checking back. Enjoy your mind, enjoy your life, live in the now, live in the present moment. It is a present, it's a gift. And remember that you can have, be and do anything that you want. And the past is something to learn from. Have no regrets. Whatever you did, let it go. Forgive yourself, forgive others, take the brakes off, look through the front windscreen, because that's the direction you're going in. You're going forward. And if you're not going forward, if you're stuck or if you're going backwards, inbox me or email me at mike@mrmikegarner.com, because I can change your mind, which will change your life. God bless. Take care.